everyone. Hello. Welcome back to my channel. Always so happy to find you here. Welcome to any new subscribers. I hope you stay for a good long while. Bring a friend with you next time. We are in the holiday season, and I'm here to once again promote my books on Amazon.com as wonderful gift ideas for either a especially for it's for anyone, but particularly for a coworker, a boss, a vendor, or someone you do vendor surveillance with, someone that you have a chit chat about the job, just as it relates to people at work. And that's the name of my series. And this time we're talking about my second book, which is this one. If it ain't one thing, it's the people at work. And it is also found on Amazon.com. You could also find it in the local Long Beach area here, where I am in California. But certainly Amazon will get it to you very quickly. You have time to purchase it for a holiday gift. This particular book really talks about the different personalities at work. You see that wackiness? I call it wackiness of the various different personality types at work. And oh, I have a paper clip on. Oh, that's the golden rule. Of course, I have a paper clip there. I have a paper clip on the golden rule. This one is, I decided to do this particularly take on dealing with the people at work as a result of recognizing so many personalities. Now, there is a show, a movie called Office Space. And if you haven't ever seen Office Space, I don't care what kind of work you do. If you're a school teacher, if you work in a hospital, if you're a truck driver, a bus driver, whatever you do, you can relate to Office Space because it talks about the aggravation of a boss that gets on your nerves and a company that doesn't recognize you, and how work could just really be debilitating. If particularly if you're doing something you don't enjoy doing. So it's a comedy, it's funny, comical, but I reference it in this book. And I have watched that movie over and over again. Now, when I first started, well, this isn't about the movie, but now I'm talking about it. No, I'll just share. When I first saw that movie, I said, oh my God, I can relate, because I saw it as an employee. And then when I transitioned into, yes, child, I transitioned into HR. When I transitioned into HR, I could really see it from the perspective of the frustrations that had come across my desk and come into my office so many times, expressed in that movie. Often, I'll say. So I began to watch the movie not for just entertainment, because it is hilariously funny, but also for learning and observing and understanding. So, having said that, the various different personalities in this book that I talk about, um, I am sure that you will find many of them in individuals that you work with, which I call the cast of characters. And some of the cast of characters is, for example, um, when you're having to make a tough decision and a cast of character will blame the shortcoming on you and not own up for their own issues at work. It talks about the personality like Emily emailing all the time, where this person wants to be CC'd on every email and from every department. And they feel they need to know everything about everybody. And they're kind of a nosy Nelly where they're involved with every little thing. And after a while, that could be very mothering and smothering, I'll put. So we talk about that in this book. We also talk about the personality of the employer, meaning the inability to do something about something. Now, if you've watched my channel at any given time, I've used that reference many times. When you do nothing about something, it is in your wherewithal, power, and ability to do something, and you don't, it's complicit. And that's my least favorite word. Frustration and complicity is my least favorite word. So I do put in here a little short reprimand to employers. And it reads, page 1, page 77. Okay, page 77. Dear employer, You're going to hear my sarcasm. I do have some sweet sarcasm at times, but the truth is the truth. Page 77 in this wonderful little book of mine. Dear employer, if the bottom line was measured by your turnover rate, not your profit margins, you'd probably be out of business by now. Chin up, suck it up, face the truth. You're the problem for not fixing the problem. Or worse, for being complicit to it. Now, didn't I tell you I don't like complicity? No, I get. Or worse, for being complicit to it. Fix yourselves, and your employees will stick with you through thick and thin. Just try it and see. Please. Now, was that harsh? No. Was it direct? Yes. Because it's not always the employee. It's not always the employee. Having all these years of experience, I am telling you, it is not always the employees. It's the employers having done something about something. Let me give you a good example of that. When employees no longer have confidence that when employees no longer have confidence that employers will do something about something, you'll immediately see it in the reduction of their surveys participation. Because after a while, employee go, what's the purpose? They didn't do nothing the last time. I read all the surveys. I look at the surveys results. Now, I don't read individually. It's usually voluntary, but I look at the rates. So 60% of the people said they're satisfied. 30% of the people said they're mutual. 10% say they're not satisfied. That's not going to alarm me. I'm looking at the 60% of the people that are dissatisfied. And what was that question? And go fix that question. And I will. But see, I'm a very proactive HR person. I'm a very proactive, very, very proactive. Yeah, that doesn't always go across well. But once you build your relationships, it will. It will. And this book helps you to do that. This book helps you to be assertive to do that. So let's take another one here. Let's take another one here as a good example for you. Oh, it's the one where people say that's not my job. So it's on page 39. So I'll read this to you, and then I'll just let you go. Click on Amazon and get one for yourself. You get the whole book. That's not my job. This is a story about 4 people named everybody, somebody, anybody, and nobody. There was an important job to be done, and everybody was sure that somebody would do it. Anybody could have done it, but nobody did it. Somebody got angry about that because it was everybody's job. So everybody thought anybody could do it, but nobody realized that everybody wouldn't do it. And it ended up that everybody blamed somebody when nobody did what anybody could have done. Now, ain't it the truth? And you know what you could do? Go to Amazon and get a copy of this book for all your friends, co-workers, bus driver. If you take public transportation, get it to a bus driver. Because boy, they have to deal with people every day. It's a wonderful gift, if I must say so myself. You'll catch it on Amazon.com. It's reduced down, I think, about 30% now. And enjoy it. I love you. If you've gotten this far, please click like, please click subscribe. And I'll see you next time. I'll be talking about my third and final book so far. I know I need to write another one soon. But tune in tomorrow when I talk about my other book called Motivation and Inspiration for the People of Work. Have a good evening. Goodbye.